Um, I'm gonna this you are my co-hosts, which we have the Instagram influencer who is relieving his
Not
puffy eyes.
influenced.
Who's not influenced? Who's relieving his puffy eyes? Shannon. We have, of course, the football sports savant, Kyle Senra.
Huh?
Yeah, that's you.
That's you.
Oh,
That would be you.
You were the savant. I don't even know if I'm using this thing right. I think you're supposed to rub your face. I just know it's cold.
Oh, that's all that matters. You can go outside for that. Just like put your face in the snow. It's pretty chilly out there. Like,
Yeesh.
I know, right? I love it and I don't. I mean, I do love it, but I love it more. I love it less because my dogs love it more. And they do. Like, if there's snow on the ground, it's like cookies. Let's eat all the snow.
My
Anyway,
dog is about it too.
oh my God. Anyway, before we get started, a couple of housekeeping things to go over really quickly. First of all, if you're morning, hello, Muffin. Good morning, Jesse Patterson, who is up
Morning
bright and early.
muffins. We are muffins.
I wish I had a muffin right now. I'm really hungry.
You're hungry. I'm puffy.
And Kyle's Kyle.
Kyle, you're important.
Yes, exactly.
I'm happy, so yeah.
There we go. If you guys are watching on Twitter, I, for some reason, still cannot get your Twitter comments. So slide on over to like Facebook or YouTube or anything other than Twitter, and I can see what you're commenting if you are commenting, which we would appreciate if you do comment. Also, as I said earlier, or maybe not, I don't know if we were live or not, this is the last, in no particular order, on Saturday. The show will move to Thursday, which it is normal day during the so-called off season starting next week. And then we go every other week. The Thursday, no particular order show is a mock draft show. And it's not a mock draft of sports like the first, the 15th, I believe, the day after Thanksgiving, the day after Valentine's Day, whatever.
People are thankful for love.
One of those
holidays.
holidays.
Giving thanks for.
The day after Valentine's Day, we will be mocking Valentine movies and or episodes on TV series. It will be Shannon, myself, the lead singer and originator of Other Robots, Ralphie D, and maybe Jamie. He hasn't figured out if he can do it yet. So that's what happened.
I am a little afraid of Jamie's Valentine's love movie selection. That could be pretty wild.
I'm afraid of Jamie. I'm not gonna lie. And then we have drafts that go every other week. Like I said, I'm really excited about the February 29th draft, which will have the gentleman from the Cookout, Chris Allen, who originated Cookout, the gentleman who originated Mi Familia FB, Jorge Martin, who is also a very proud girl dad, and also in the Cookout, but most people know him from NFL Network, Marcus Grant, and we will be mock drafting the best Super Bowl halftime shows. So you are more than welcome to join in and draft. You're more than welcome if you want to be in a draft or want to do a draft with us. Just DM me and let me know at Gladys L. Tyler, and we can surely find you and make room for you and have you there. Shannon,
right there on the screen at Gladys L. Tyler.
Shannon loves meeting new people, and he loves drafting with new people, and he loves drafting obscure draft things. So if you can get an obscure draft topic, I really, 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 really want that. Really, really, really want that. We're doing conspiracy. Go ahead.
I still think about the draft we had for Heroes last year, and Jamie drafting Wolverine, and then me just absolutely
that was awesome.
I mean, I don't feel bad, but I do. Like
which was the one you draft God in?
The villains draft was just wild. That was crazy.
That was I was literally in tears in that draft.
I don't know if he was on that one or not.
I know my sister.
Someone drafted Superman as their number one pick.
I was thinking that was Jamie. That's why I thought. Was that Jamie?
No, it was can't think of the name right now.
Adam
Go check it out in the Going for Two archives, folks.
It was
Going
Adam
for Two live on YouTube. So
yeah.
If you want the answer to that, you could figure it out.
I'm pretty sure it was Adam.
Ourselves.
Adam drafted Superman as number one, which hilarious. And then I drafted God as my last pick. Old Testament God. I thought it was a great pick, honestly. Stand by it.
I literally was in tears. I could not. I lost it, and I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed of it.
I apologize for interrupting. You were saying Conspiracy Theories is on
the March 14th episode, and it's I want to see Garrison's conspiracy theories. I'm not going to lie. And Sky, we have Sky G from the Razzball Network, and Garrison, and there you couldn't find probably 2 different personalities in those 2, and I cannot wait for them to draft conspiracy theories with Kyle. And Jamie will probably be on that one.
2 in mind that I'm hoping I can get both of because I really want to explain them.
I'm gonna have to look some up.
Me too. I don't know conspiracy theories.
Really? Yeah. I mean, I know of some, but I'm like, I'm really gonna have to do some deep diving. So I'm like, not doing the same ones like lizard people.
Yeah, one of mine is pretty conventional, and then one of mine is really out there that I haven't heard much. So I'm really hoping that second one, especially, I can.
So again, if anyone wants to mock draft with us, just DM me.
You gotta wait a month for that, but yeah, there's a month long preview.
Well, I think we're kind of booked until except March 20th or March 28th or whatever the day that is, and then we will surely put you in. We will surely be happy to mock draft with you. On the other note, I have real quick Monday the 2-point conversion with the off-season 2-point conversion starts at 6 p.m. It will be me and a Love Tractor, who is Courtney, who is a New Orleans.
That combo. Sorry.
Yeah, who is a New Orleans crazy woman. So we will talk. That is a sports show. That we will talk probably only NFL and alcohol because they go together, and I can't think of anything that goes together more. Although she might bring in food, but I feel that would be very controversial since probably anything she's going to bring in, I'm not going to be able to eat. So
hashtag this is not an ad.
Hashtag yes it is.
Not an ad for alcohol. Ad for ourselves.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So watch the Going for Two Live Network, folks. Tons of great shows, especially now that we get to the off season. It's going to be, returning to what was close to in season, a show almost every night of the week. So it'll be awesome.
And I want anyone who's watching who can to put in the chat your most outrageous prop bet for the Super Bowl that you're doing, I want the most outrageous prop bet. Like if you're not doing a prop bet, then send me the most outrageous prop bet that you have seen for the Super Bowl. And it cannot be Travis Kelce proposing to Taylor Swift. That is not outrageous.
You know what? I didn't even think about that, but what if?
Why would he? They've only been dating
it's heavily juiced to the no. So the odds makers seem to think no, he's not going to propose. And they seem to know everything. So I'd imagine he's not going to propose.
It's not, but honestly though, if they won and he did, holy spit.
Would you want to be proposed to at this? No. I don't think I'd want to be proposed to unless it was Max Crosby, then I don't care. And unless he was only proposing sex, then I don't care. But that aside, I don't think I'd want to be proposed to with all those people and confetti flying because someone won something. I'm not the main focal point then. It's
my joke was going to be if Max Crosby proposes sex, does he have to add an extra X to his name so he has 3? Max Crosby.
If Max Crosby proposes sex, he will probably have to take away a couple of those X's if we're having sex. If he proposes sex to someone else, then I don't care. But yeah, if he proposes sex to me, we're taking away the X.
I was just saying the letter X.
Yeah. You were doing the exact porn name thing that people do, and it was genius.
The exact one, yeah.
You had me with the Max Crosby out of the X thing, the exact one you lost me on.
Okay.
At Disney? No. Disney is too big of a corporation for Taylor.
Didn't Travis Kelce come out and say he had something special planned for Valentine's Day? So I could see it maybe being then.
Did he say with her?
Yeah, he had something special planned for Taylor, and maybe it's just a romantic date.
I hope so.
That he can actually invest effort because he's not playing football.
Yeah, for sure.
I think one of the props that I like is that if they win, Travis Kelce retires at the end of the game. I have no problem with that because he's been playing.
I've heard that. Yeah, Jason and Travis will announce their retirement together, maybe even on the podcast, on their own podcast, so everyone will have to watch it, which is great.
Somebody was telling me, I guess last night, that they're maybe going to do a Kelce Brothers cast, like the Manning Brothers cast.
Oh, for Monday Night Football?
Well, I don't think Monday night. I imagine they would do Thursday night to try to get more numbers on that. But I don't know. Just hearsay.
I would totally watch that.
Yeah,
I think Jason.
I would look at it. Well, I would watch the highlights on YouTube. Is what I would do.
Yeah.
I mean, And I think the advantage here is that they have their own podcast. They've been doing it for now. It'll be close to 2 years now, I think. So they know what they're doing. As good as like Peyton and Eli are at talking about
Easy,
football,
Kyle.
I think these two will be even more entertaining because they have. No, they're good. I mean, they're good talking together, but there's also the like. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe not.
What I will say about the Manning brothers is sometimes, but this is something I like, is that sometimes they will stop talking just to watch the game. They'll just go. Can you believe it, Eli?
I know Peyton
That's a good
really
Peyton
gets upset
impersonation.
when quarterbacks mess up. Like he kind of takes it personally. Like if a quarterback throws the wrong pass or does the wrong play, he takes that personally. And I was watching, only because there was nothing else on, the flag football game at the Pro Bowl where they coach opposite each other.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's like Saquon Barkley last year in the dodgeball game was like uber competitive. Like he took it to a new level. It wasn't a game.
Yeah.
He was diving to catch balls, bring
And
guys back
arguing
in.
about things. And Ray Lewis at this football game was the same way, but Peyton Manning has that kind of quiet, really crazy competitiveness. Like I would not want to be on this flag football team and mess up.
I was okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
It reminds me of the Saturday Night Live where he's throwing the ball to the kids.
Yes.
I was like, I wonder if he did that in flag football. He's like, catch the ball.
One of my there was like I guess I was watching the Tight Ends Day special that whatever was running.
Yeah, I would too.
And because like I guess a couple years ago, the 49ers tight end was like, it's Tight Ends Day, and he just kept like,
oh, George Kittle.
And they like now turned it into a thing. And this to say, Peyton was like talking to him about it, and he's like talking about his old tight ends or whatever, and Dallas Clark being one of them. And one of my favorite memories of Dallas Clark is they're in the red zone. Dallas, I think, ran the wrong route or something, or didn't catch the ball, and you just hear Peyton on a hot mic be like, "God damn it, Dallas!" And so fast forward a little while, I'm at a Kings of Leon concert. I'm front row, and Dallas Clark is walking by.
Oh, no way.
And as he's walking by, I go, "God damn it, Dallas." And he looks back and he's like, okay.
Okay, I get it. Morning, Ramon. Ramon is a 49ers fan, I'm taking it.
Or he's picking them to win the Super Bowl. That was my first interpretation.
Well,
he was just straight up coming up. He's picking the 49ers. He thinks they're going to win. But maybe he's
I'm gonna flip a coin for my pick.
Denver Broncos fan. He's a huge Denver Broncos fan. Ramon is.
Yeah, so I guess you can't cheer for the Chiefs.
So he probably hates the Chiefs, then just division rival.
Yeah, it's probably like, I'm not picking the Chiefs. I am picking the 49ers.
See, I'm hoping the Chiefs win because as a Packers fan, I'm really tired of seeing the 49ers beat us in the playoffs. And I still love Aaron Rodgers. I know everyone seems to hate him, but he's still
because
one
he's
of my
a
favorite.
douche?
Yeah. I mean, which quarterback isn't? Like I just think
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, it's true. He's not. Most of them are though. But anyway, like a Packers fan, like just all the great memories I have of him. Like every Aaron Rodgers NFL moment that's positive anyway is a good moment for me. All of them with the Packers. He hasn't had any positive moments with the Jets, and I mean, there's been some negative moments with the Packers too, and I'll live through those. But
I would argue that him carrying the flag out was a positive moment for the Jets.
I said football. So.
He carried the flag out on a football field.
Yeah, he's not playing football though. Like, did he go? Did they win the coin flip too? There's another positive moment.
Yeah, exactly.
I
think they won.
What an event that happened that time.
I mean, he did technically win that game. He got the start, so he did actually win that game.
It's like first play.
Even though he threw 0 passes or 0 completions, he threw 2 pass attempts.
I think. Anyway, yeah. So, Shannon, best thing, worst thing you saw this week?
If I'm being in earnest, the best thing I saw this week was wrestling. I'm not going to talk about it.
Oh, The Rock was on Pat McAfee's show. Like he was talking about how it's like so different. Like it's a different kind of training regimen, and he was like amped about it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be able to go for at least 30 minutes. Well, maybe not at least, but yeah, The Rock is doing some cool things. Everybody loves The Rock, but right now some things have gone a certain way, and people have like hated him being
somebody
back.
named Corey. Is that
Cody?
Cody, yeah.
And so it's honestly what a wrestling mark would say is it's got a lot of heat, and The Rock did slap Cody, and honestly, it's pretty good. Wrestling's good. What
Is
I will
Cody
talk
a
about,
good guy or a bad guy?
he's a good guy.
Okay.
He's the son of Dusty Rhodes, who was like a
Okay, I knew Dusty Rhodes.
yes, and
He's the bass player from ZZ Top, right?
yeah, no.
That's Dusty.
So
Beard.
it's really
And that's the drummer, actually.
it's really really pretty cool. But last Saturday I talked about going to see a movie. I'll talk
Yes.
about a movie real quick. So it's a Matthew Vaughn movie, and he did the Kingsman movies. If you have ever seen those,
Did you see Argyle?
mm-hmm.
I can't
And
wait. Was it
I
good?
want to say, I enjoyed it.
Okay.
There is a scene that's it's a little like a musical, and I just could not stop smiling. Like it was like there was, I guess they weren't singing, but they were dancing, and there was music, and just like a really crazy stuff going on at the time. And I just like was like the whole time. I was like, this is so funny. This brings me joy. I don't know if this movie's great, but I'm really enjoying it. I also am like I love Bryce Dallas Howard. I know I touched on this last week, but like I just like love her. Like big fan. And honestly, the movie was goofy at times, but it is what it is, and that's what I kind of like about it. I think that's what makes it good. And so Argyle was the best thing I saw this week, I want to say.
Nice. Kyle. Best or worst? Kyle's muted.
Well, first off, I figured out what I did wrong. So Dusty Hill was the bass player for ZZ Top, and Frank Beard was the drummer. There you go. Even though he didn't have the beard, I had to rearrange that in my mind. So
Yeah.
sorry. Best thing I saw this week. So well, you can see there's the books. A lot of those, especially this entire second row, that's all like comic books and graphic novels. And so like I'm a big comic book nerd guy. Love X-Men especially. And so I was reading through a few. I'm kind of actually going back through all my X-Men and Deadpool comics, and I'm reading them chronologically. There will be some crossover, so that's been fun. And as I was getting to the 90s X-Men comics, I was kind of like inspired to kind of want to watch the 90s X-Men series. So I've been doing that the last few weeks. And last night I got to the season 4 finale. And it's a 4-part episode called Beyond Good and Evil.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just found a lot of those episodes are based on actual comic books. This was kind of their own twist on these characters. Like we've kind of built up, used some of these stories to build these characters. How do we bring them all together and kind of finish it? Even though there was a 5th season, it really does feel like that season 4 finale is like the most climactic part of the series.
Is this like comic X-Men series, or is it like people?
It's comic. It's an animated series from the 90s. Yeah, cartoon.
Okay.
Slash did the intro for the theme song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's one of the best
TV
show theme songs ever. It's great. Guitars are awesome. Slash is amazing. But that's
awesome.
Yeah, X-Men Beyond Good and Evil parts 1 through 4. That's what I saw last night, and it was awesome. So
they're they're like redoing that cartoon, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah,
this is now the best thing I've heard all week.
They're updating the animation, and they're redoing, or like they're gonna basically have it the same. I'm pretty positive it's gonna be about the same. It's just they're updating the animation.
One thing I will say is I thought that was really well done, even though again, 90s animation, the quality of animation, we've gone leaps and bounds over the last almost 30 years now. I guess, yeah, basically when that show started, 30 years. Although I did think there was some great CGI stuff in the 90s. Beast Wars, Reboot. I think but that was a little later, late 90s, mid 90s, and like, but I think they really stepped up there. But another show in the mid 2000s was X-Men Evolution. I think Fox did both. Show. Yeah, I thought that was so good. I thought it was, even though they were high school kids, it almost seemed like more mature too. And yeah,
I don't want to say that there's quite a few things that I like that come from Canada, but the show Reboot, love it.
Yeah,
I've watched it so many times.
It's amazing.
That's something I love from Canada a lot, and Carmen Electra, I think.
So really quick, El Vasquez is Terry's husband, Luis Vasquez, and I meant to do this last week, but he reminded me, and I was meant to do it this week, and obviously I did not when I started. Luis sent me like odd things that I don't think I need until I get in the kitchen and go, oh my fucking God, I did need that knife set to cut this pineapple because otherwise I would have a full pineapple there. Or, oh my God, I did need this this steamer and this wok and this saute pan, all of which he sent me. And so I just wanted to say, Lewis, thank you so much for sending me things that I don't know that I need, but obviously you know that I need. And I appreciate you so much. So thank you. And I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're
Yeah,
here.
Lewis, if you could get that garlic press in the mail
Ooh,
soon, that'd be great.
that might be great.
Well, Jamie loves Beast Wars as well, so you know Jamie's good taste.
So there were a lot of good things that I saw this week. Tracy Chapman and Luke Combs on the Grammys.
Oh my God! Why didn't I think of that?
And the YouTube thing I have there is a link to that performance. That was like, I almost cried. Like, I'm not kidding. She seemed so genuinely happy to be on the stage, and people appreciated her so much. And Luke Combs, like, I want someone besides my dogs to look at me the way Luke Combs looked at Tracy Chapman during that whole performance. It was
So did like the song, his cover song, win a Grammy?
I don't know. I didn't get that far. No, I don't know. Maybe
I don't know, but I know
Was it
like,
nominated?
they performed. They just performed
Yeah.
together
and it's like the first time she's performed in
in
like
20
about
years.
15 years or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
about almost 20 years.
And
To add to
she
that real
looked
quick,
so good.
he had like a little intro before they like performed the song, and he said something that resonated with me that I'm like, oh, I might have felt the exact same way. But he was like, I heard this song when I was a kid, and he's like, before I knew what a favorite song was, he was like, this was that song. He's like, I didn't know about having a favorite song. He's like, I just like knew that I loved this song so much. And I'm like, man, maybe I felt the exact same way
I
about
know.
that very song.
I think I feel that way about a lot of her songs. Like,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of her songs resonate, like, because they're so soulful and they're so, like, just let me, like, they don't actually happen,
Mm-hmm.
but they're just, and that performance, I'm not kidding. I've seen it. I've watched it over and over again, and I don't think I will ever get tired of watching it because
Yeah, that's
they sound really good together.
Yeah.
And it was just awesome. It was just awesome. And she does look good with the gray dreads. I was like, she looks better now than she did when she started out. Like,
Yeah.
just aging Benjamin Buttons in reverse.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome. Do your dogs lick you because they know you have bones in your body? No, they lick me because of my scent. Dogs lick me because of my scent, except for Missy, and she licks my arm when she needs to go out to the bathroom. It's really weird, but I've learned that the hard way, actually. I don't want to talk about it. But last night I watched Hidden Figures, which is
Oh yeah.
one
Janelle
of my,
Monáe.
oh yeah, Janelle Monáe, Taja Pienson, Ali's in it. How do you pronounce his first name? Oh my God, the guy from True Detective.
Mahershala
Ali.
Yeah, he's in it. It's like, it's a great.
Marshala? I think that's what it is.
It's a great cast.
I don't know.
It's a
So
great
amazing.
story, and every time I watch it, when I'm watching the credits, I always go, "Oh my God, Pharrell Williams was one of the producers on here," and then I say it out loud, and I'm like, "Oh, I've said that before." But those are like two of the best things I saw this week. I was like, "This is a great week. I love it. I love it. I just love it."
But by the way, I did look it up because I was curious because I figured, like, because everyone has been talking about the performance as they should, it's amazing. But no one's talking about the fact that the song was nominated for best solo country performance. No, he didn't win. Chris Stapleton won for White Horse. I don't know
Well,
if that's a cover
she's
of a
like-
Taylor Swift song, but it's all about covers now.
She is the first African American to have a
Written.
#1 writing credit for to win Country Music Awards writing for the Fast
And that's why,
Cars.
depending on the award, she might have won. Now, because it's performance, I think that would just go to the recording. So I don't think she would have won that. She would have won a Grammy if he won.
Mhm.
But if it was something like best country song, then the writer also gets credit. Actually, I think song, it's only about the writer. So if it was best country song, then actually I don't think Luke Combs would win the Grammy. It would just have gone to her.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
sometimes
she
some
did win
Grammys
best
are for the
song for
writers,
the
some are for the musicians
best-
themselves. So
Country Music Awards. Best song.
because I would have loved if like she got a Grammy for this, like this many years later, and
I
still
think she
winning
got-
one.
didn't she already get a Grammy for it? She got a Grammy. She got Best New Artist, I know, when it came out. I don't know if I know she has like 4 Grammys, maybe.
Okay.
I will look that up too.
So
But
one
then,
I know
yeah,
she,
I would just thought it would have been awesome if she could just didn't really do anything, but this song is that powerful that you go and win another Grammy anyway.
well, her
Yeah,
rendition
best
of it went
female.
to #1 in Spotify like that night.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's like charted or something kind of crazy big for being like as old as it is and
Yeah,
such.
it like her, not the Luke Combs
Yeah, it's
part,
true.
but hers went to #1. It's like, yeah,
You're right, Gladys. She has won 4 Grammys.
yeah. So
So-
Fast Car won her, like specifically, she got one for Fast Car for best female pop vocal performance.
Lee Patterson is actually Jesse Patterson's husband. What's up, Lee?
To turn this back to me really quickly.
Why wouldn't we?
Honeycomb. Sorry, this is an amazing joke by Jamie. This is funny.
I usually when I karaoke, it's pretty maybe bombastic could be a word. I might lose some clothing somehow or stand on a chair or stool or whatever. I don't know exactly, but years ago I was like at a yoga class, and after the class the lady that was running the front desk was like, "Oh, I saw you do karaoke." And my wife is kind of like,
Wasn't him.
You
Was
did?
not him.
yeah, and that to say, I was like, "Oh," I'm not apologizing for whatever you saw, but like, maybe you saw something. And she's like, "No, it was actually kind of somber." And I was like, "Was that me?" And I realized that one day I had to like pivot really quickly, and I ended up doing Fast Car, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't take any clothes off for that performance."
That would have been
I-
awesome. I don't know how you could put taking clothes off into Fast Car, but that would have been
Slowly take
Slowly.
off clothes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or quickly take off clothes.
I was gonna say, this is called Fast Car.
Mhm.
I saw you karaoke. Oh, Shannon. Oh, Shannon.
Well, yeah, I was actually on the way home. I had my like music on like shuffle, like for all my songs, not just like a certain playlist, which I normally do
Uh-huh.
because I usually stick to like a genre or whatever. But I had it for all my songs, and as problematic as this person is, I have three things to say about him.
Okay.
One, unbelievably cool name, and I even remember seeing them for the first time and thinking, God, you're just not cool enough for this name. It was on MTV Spring Break. Pamela Anderson was on the panel, and it was Kid Rock. And I just remember seeing Kid Rock and being like, dude, fucking cool name. Terrible looking human, like terrible. And those are two things. The third thing is Ba with the Ba. It might be unassailable. Like it just like I think regardless of what he does, I might just love that song regardless. And it came on my shuffle. And when I say I was air drumming, I turned my heat up enough where I could roll my windows down. And I thought, I don't care what people think when I'm singing this. Like who fucking cares right now? And I know every word to Ba with the Ba. I've performed it at least twice for karaoke. One time I performed it, the MC tried to bury me. He was like, this guy, Shannon, is performing Kid Rock, who performed at the Republican National whatever convention. And I was like, hey man, you don't have to bury me like that.
Yeah.
It's cool. Like it's gonna be fine.
I think that's the one thing about music though. Like I know that I sing songs or like a song will come on and it's like a country song by maybe someone I'm not really crazy about, and I'm singing at the top of my lungs. I think music transcends more than movies, more than television, more than anything. Music transcends everything.
It can put you in a time and place for sure.
Yeah, and it unfortunately has it has a lot to do with the artist. Like Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You. We know it's a Dolly Parton song, but Whitney Houston, when it comes on, I don't care who you are, you're singing it. Like there were pictures 4 years ago, whatever, when Trump was running, and there were like 90-year-old people who had no idea probably what they were dancing to Rage Against the Machine, who was like completely opposite of what they were doing for. It's like music transcends everything, and that's what I love about music. That is what I love about, like, I don't care. I don't care. I mean, you might.
I mean, you don't always have to know your enemy. Dun, 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 dun.
They were singing.
Just
No,
love your music.
what were they singing?
Bulls on Parade, probably.
No.
Who's the country star that died this week? Do we remember? Do we know?
Jesse, who's the country star that died this week?
It's
know.
been funny. It's been kind of funny seeing the internet talk about that because there are some people who are like, "Yeah, man."
Oh shit. I know. I can see his face because he looks completely different. Well, yeah.
I think he's saying Red Solo Cup. Is that right?
Toby
Yeah.
Keith?
Yes.
Yeah.
The internet memes about that, him dying, they really get me good. To speak on the Grammys, to go back to the Grammys real quick,
Okay.
Boy Genius, who is like a 3-part group,
Yeah.
they won, and the Grammys. Like I was even telling this to Allison the other day, how like I'm a little conflicted about watching the Grammys because they've just like made these weird choices in the past.
Yeah.
And
But you watch him for
this
the
to say,
performances. You watch him for the
yes,
performance.
and like that's where I'm conflicted. I'm like, I kind of want to see the performance because Miley Cyrus's hair was absolutely amazing.
Crazy.
It was
I love
so
her.
good. Yes, big fan.
And I love that
But
song.
Boy Genius ended up winning, and they're like talking on post win or whatever, and they're like, and Phoebe Bridgers is at one point is like, I know he's not in charge anymore, but the guy that like used to be kind of ahead of the academy or whatever, she's like, and I know he's not dead. And he was like, the reason women aren't winning Grammys is because they all need to step up. And she's like, I just want to say, rotten piss. And I lost it. Oh my gosh, it was too much.
It was
Well,
I was watching something else, so I would go in and out on the Grammys, but I saw Miley Cyrus win, and I don't think Miley Cyrus owns underwear, Jamie. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think that she does. And when she won the Grammy, like I didn't know this was the first Grammy she's ever won because she's been around for like ever. But that song, that is like one of the songs I play on loud when I'm researching because I love the song and I had no idea. I mean, I had an idea that it was probably about Hemsworth, but I wasn't really sure.
Yeah.
But when I read the backstory of Hemsworth, and what an odd pairing anyway. And when she got up and sang it live and changed the words, I'm like, oh, I love you, girl. I really do. I mean, you're that shit crazy, but I think that's probably part of the reason why I love you. Because you
is she though? I don't know.
You don't think so?
I hesitate to call any, especially woman, crazy.
I didn't say crazy. I said batshit crazy. That's a totally different level. That's
firm but fair.
Like I wouldn't call her crazy. I would call her batshit crazy. Like that's a level that you aspire to, and once you reach it, no one can touch you. Like, and I think that's exactly where she is. I love her, and I love her. And the fact that she didn't thank her dad made me even happier. I love you so much.
Take that, men. Toby Keith, die. Head of the academy, rotten piss. You're not even dead yet.
Yeah, Cyrus.
Well, the thing is, like, we lose so many great people every year. So the ones that aren't so great that die, like, who the hell cares?
I was going to
Apollo
I think 2 weeks
Creed.
ago.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The Mandalorian guy, which I then later realized, oh shit, that's Apollo Creed.
I've never seen the Mandalorian
commercials. Like I know, like the Mandalorian was great and all, but is he really? Oh, he was Apollo Creed, and he's like Rocky's training. Now I understand those commercials. Sad every time.
Yeah. And
he was Andre Bogner recently too. Like that was just.
Oh my god!
And a personal favorite of mine, Charles Osgood from the Sunday Morning, CBS Sunday Morning. He passed a couple weeks ago. I haven't heard.
I've never seen the Sunday Morning. I'm sorry, but
CBS Sunday Morning.
Yeah, I can't watch.
I've watched it most of my life, and he was the host for most of it. I think he retired in 2016.
Okay.
And Jane, I forget her last name right now. She's now the host. But
Jane
Charles
Pauley?
Osgood.
No.
Yes,
Jane
Pauley.
Okay.
Yeah. But Charles Osgood, he just like, so he was known as like the poet of CBS, I think, or whatever. And like he like would,
I know him.
He could play piano. Yeah.
Okay.
He plays piano, and he was just like very good with words because he was on the radio and then on TV for a little while, and then eventually he became the host of CBS Sunday Morning, and just like very prominent in my memory for a long time in my life. and he passed away, and that was a bummer. Which I mean, I knew it's going to happen because they're
Right.
older and all that. But yeah,
I think it's still. I mean, I don't think of people as immortal. I'm past that age. But when certain people pass away, like Andre Baum, like no one knew he was sick, and so and he was such a great actor that when he passed away, it was like, that was kind of like a punch in the stomach. Tina Turner,
yeah,
Kobe Bryant. I mean, those kind of like, you're like, what? And then, of course, on my Instagram feed, I guess it was 4 years ago, which does not. I thought it was. That doesn't seem. Is that right? Or it's his birthday? Whatever. It's
I
all
don't
Kobe.
remember. I know they premiered the statue though.
Yeah, it was all Kobe quotes, and I'm like, that's just I cannot imagine being Vanessa Bryant on that day, or even now. Like, I think she holds up. She is holding up well because she progressively, you see her getting stronger, if that's the word. And maybe she was always that strong, but she was always behind Kobe, so you never noticed it. But her presentations, her talking to the media, is like, there's a certain kind of, fuck you. I'm Vanessa Bryant. You're not gonna like defile Kobe's name. You're not gonna defile Kobe's image. You're not gonna defile, and I think that's awesome. I don't know what kind of person she is, but that, to me, I don't care. You lose your husband and your daughter in one fell swoop, and you're carrying on. I'd be like a fucking mess. Terry and I were talking last night. Like, I watch a lot of Snap because people do like this. Like, I watch it to know what not to do if I'm going to kill someone. So, like, okay, anyway. So, I mean, it's like that kind of thing. Like, I couldn't imagine, like, going through that kind of devastation and being as strong as some of these people are. Or some of these people appear to be. We don't know what they are behind closed doors, but even, like, in front of everyone, I couldn't imagine. Like, I would never want to be Taylor Swift. Like, 24/7, people watching you and commenting on what you're wearing, how you look, and how much you're tipping people. I mean, I can't imagine that life. I don't care how much money you make.
Under a microscope.
Yeah. Who wants to live like that? Why would you want to live like that?
Well, some people do, but some people just want to put their art out there, and it's just they're so big that that's what it is.
I guess.
And I mean, she's taking heat for winning Grammy of the Year for Album of the Year, right? Like, and people have talked about it. But, like, I'm going back and, like, I'll be honest, she probably shouldn't have won for 1989. That was the one where that seemed forced, because that's not really one of her best albums. Yeah, that won Grammy of the Year over To Pimp a Butterfly, which won Best Rap Album of the Year. So, like, it was nominated, it should have been there. Or Drones by Muse, which was Best Rock Album of the Year. Like, those two albums are far superior to 1989. So, like, there's been previous years where Taylor probably shouldn't have won Album of the Year. I'm fine with it this year. Midnights is a pretty great album.
Isn't that the one award Beyonce has never won?
Yeah.
Is that one?
Muse has never won Album of the Year either. So, like, the Grammys often get it wrong. That's the point there.
I don't think it's a barometer for what's the best, right?
What is it a barometer for?
There's
popularity.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
To a certain extent, yeah. I mean, like, everyone who gets nominated for Grammys, they're on major labels. There's money attached in terms of the name. Like, the Grammys also want to. You guys mentioned it. It's about the performance. People watch the Grammys for the performance, so they want to nominate big names that they can attach to these. As like, okay, yeah, nominate artists. Let's have them perform. So they're not going to
get eyes on the.
They're not going to nominate Patrick's album, even though it's just as deserving as any of these. On the sound stuff, right? But we're not big enough to ever probably get that for a while. Right? We'll try to get big enough to get nominated.
Beyonce's won 32 Grammy Awards. 32?
Yeah.
How long has Beyonce been around? She hasn't been around that long, has she? I mean, not 32 Grammy Awards.
I mean, I don't think she's ever won. I mean, she's
in the 90s.
Sure she's won Grammys, but just not ever Album of the Year. I'll look it up.
32? That's a shit ton of Grammys.
Yeah.
That's like, you could like melt that down and probably have like a good little, if you needed to, which she doesn't. But 32 Grammys? Holy mother of God.
Somebody got theirs and then immediately drank out of it, which I thought was pretty funny.
That was Jay-Z.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he drank out of the whatever he got it for.
Mhm.
And I'm not the biggest Jay-Z fan because I mean, I
Neither
am the
am I.
biggest
I know
Jay-Z
that's
fan.
a take, but
Right.
Oh, see, I love Jay-Z. So
But since Jay-Z killed him.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And that is going in my conspiracy theory. Buddy.
well, I was
yes.
gonna say, I mean, yeah, you take it because Jamie might take that one if he's on that episode.
Yes.
I thought R. Kelly killed Aaliyah.
No, she was on that plane and they told her not to go and she had to make the next shows and they were overweighted. So the plane crashed.
Why was it overweighted? That's the conspiracy theory, right?
Or they just crashed the plane. I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean, it could be malicious or it could just be incompetence. Like those things are always.
I was going with incompetence.
The
actually,
line
but
between them is not always that thick.
it is.
Mhm.
Hey,
Let me see,
Jamie, will you
oh yeah,
tell me,
she's
Jamie,
won
tell
a
me
ton
when
of
your
Grammys.
prop bets. 32. Jesse told you. She's won 32 Grammys. And
So she
never
has
album of the year.
so she has won 32, just never album of the year. Okay,
Yeah.
now I understand. Yeah.
32. That's ridiculous. Jamie, tell me one of your crazy prop bets, please, for this Super Bowl. Super Bowl. She went solo in 2003. So it's 20 years. Still, that's more than
And
one
she's won
Grammy
some
for
big ones,
every
like best
year.
It seems like she wins a lot of like best R&B songs or best R&B. Like actually, she won best rap song and best rap performance in 2021.
Jeez, that's
But yeah, typically because I mean her music, I think it primarily would say R&B. It'd be like her main genre. So she seems like she wins a lot of best R&B songs and best R&B
Mhm.
performances.
so. I guess the question would be then, how many R&B have won best album? Like if the stats are low that R&B have won best album, then that would be if her genre is
Mhm.
R&B and not pop, which probably statistically has won more than I guess anything else. You know, Kelsey first touchdown, Kelsey 2 touchdowns, and who's singing the national anthem? Is it Reba McEntire?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Yeah, everyone's
What?
Who's Reba McEntire singing the national anthem? Audrey Day is singing the Black national anthem. What is Post Malone singing?
America the Beautiful.
Oh, is he?
I have no idea. I'm just throwing that out there.
Well, that's the only thing left, right? If he's doing a pre-game.
So John Batiste won in 2022, so 2 years ago, his album "We Are," and John Batiste, I think his genres are jazz, R&B, soul, hip hop, pop. So I don't know. If "We Are" is considered an R&B album. But Bruno Mars won for 24K Magic. Sorry,
Is Bruno
2018.
Mars R&B or is he pop?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like these are maybe the ones where it gets as close to
I would
R&B.
Bruno Mars pop.
Fair enough. So
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, we got a bunch of Taylor Swift, Beck, Daft Punk, Mumford and Sons, Adele, Arcade Fire.
Yeah, it's a
Jazz, Dixie Chicks, Herbie Hancock, U2, Ray Charles.
Are you crazy? Of course I'm watching the Puppy Bowl. There is a rumor that there's going to be a streaker at the Puppy Bowl. I've never seen a dog streak, so I'm oddly excited for
Aren't
it.
all dogs naked though?
Exactly. I want to see what a
one of them
streaking
might
dog.
be shaved.
Lauren,
like, there's a streaker at the Puppy Bowl, and I'm like, yes, I'm there.
Like the miseducation of Lauryn Hill, is that considered an R&B album, or is that more hip hop?
I would have done hip hop, but I mean,
So then yeah, like it's. I mean, this John Batiste album looks like it's the only R&B album of the 21st century to win. And then I'm going back.
That's
the
awesome.
Bodyguard soundtrack that won Best Album in 1994.
That's pop.
Right, so like it really seems like that. Yeah, just R&B in general just doesn't get represented for album of the year like ever.
All right, Jesse.
Lionel Richie again, isn't that more pop though?
Yeah. Jesse, Reba was on the NFL show, and she said
Wonder songs in the key of life.
Her manager called her, and he's like, "I got a really big question to ask you," and she's like, "Okay," and he goes, "But your boyfriend has to be here." And she's like, "I don't know if her boyfriend's her manager," and she was like, "All right," and she goes, "He's here on speaker. What is it?" And he goes, "They want you to sing the national anthem at the Super Bowl," and she goes, my boyfriend was like, "Yes, she's there. Tell us what time. Tell us where she needs to be. She's going to be there." So She is singing. I am kind of excited too. She said she started when she started out at a what is it, a stock show. She sang the national anthem, and it's just like circling her career. So Jesse, you have to watch it just to see Reba sing the national anthem. Under 90.5 for Jesse, for Jamie. I know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's got the read the
under 90.5 seconds. I think I don't like. I would see that happening. I'd see it happening. I kind of want to hear
that banking on the Kelsey 2 touchdowns.
If it's a blowout, Kelsey's going to get 2 touchdowns. I mean, I think Kelsey's going to be the only one to score. Maybe.
I mean, what if it's a blowout for the 49ers? They crush them, and the Chiefs can score like 10 points, and they can only find the end zone once.
She's done the anthem in it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but she said her first performance, Jamie, was doing the anthem at a stock show. Or
yeah, she's going to announce her death after she performs this.
Like how they do it in Shakespeare. Oh, I am dead.
I'm going to make a Reba. Oh, I want to see the Reba shirt. Please put it on. Please put it on your Instagram account. I want to see what your Reba shirt looks like instead of your Taylor Swift one. Taylor got knocked down for Reba. I want to hear Audrey Day sing. I love Audrey Day's voice. Her playing Billie Holiday was probably one of the highlights.
And yeah, and I know Jamie mentioned this, and I'm going to push back because he was using for this like Reba under the 90.5 seconds. He was using in the 1985 World Series, she did this. Like, we're talking about her performances 40 years ago. Like, I think as artists can develop, and so I think there is a chance that she might go over. All I'm hearing with the Reba prop talk is everyone's picking the under, which makes me want to lean the other direction because everyone just assumes, and maybe it's some things like this. He's bringing up 85 World Series and something from 1997. It's like, do we have anything from 2020 or beyond where she sang a national anthem? Because I think that would be a much better representation of what she's going to do now. So,
Jamie, who sang the shortest national anthem for a Super Bowl?
We all hope that it's Roseanne Barr, but
she was at the Super Bowl.
Did Ashley Simpson do a Super Bowl?
I don't know.
I know she did a really awful national anthem once.
The only national anthem I've ever heard,
has anyone ever gotten booed from the
was Whitney
Houston?
And that's because it was Whitney Houston and it was spectacular. So that's the only national anthem I've heard on pre-Super Bowl. I will probably listen to Reba's, but
would she change her style after 50 years? I mean, why not though? Like I'm saying, artists evolve. So do we have something more recent to like, again, something in the past 4 years maybe that we can use as a reference point as opposed to just like, oh, this is what you did in 85.
Here we go, everybody.
I don't care about the
Kyle with
85
numbers.
World Series in any way whatsoever.
Kyle doing the thing he's good at.
Just point out numbers. Going for 2. There, I pointed. That's funny. I was listening to a show, the Off the Line podcast, and they had a whole episode dedicated to props and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was it's combined receiving yards for Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, and Christian McCaffrey, and it's set like right around 300, and you had pretty good plus odds on it. And the assumption there is that Purdy can throw 350 yards, and most of that goes to those 4 that they could get it. So that would be a really interesting one. That's kind of a long shot that if you pays off, could be pretty big.
I think that Travis Kelce MVP is like at 1,700. I would bet that, especially if he's getting 2 touchdowns. And with the Taylor hype, MVP's just it doesn't always go to. In fact, it hardly ever goes to the best player because a lot of times the best players on defense. It goes to the person with the most hype, And if it's not
often is the quarterback, but you've seen like Cooper Kupp a couple years ago. If the receiver, again, the 2 touchdowns to Jamie's point, that would be key to that. Like, I would almost like to this. I would take out the Reba vet, go with Kelce first touchdown, Kelce 2 touchdowns, Kelce MVP. Because if he's going to score 2 touchdowns, he has probably a pretty good chance to be MVP. But if he's going to win MVP, he probably needs to at least score 2 touchdowns. So I would go just a 3-way Kelce bet as opposed. Just forget the national anthem. I think everyone thinks it's a lock to go under. I'm not as convinced. That's my.
Or do the national anthem on its own. Like, don't.
Hey, everyone, make whatever bets you want. You can bet all.
Oh, for sure. I'm just talking here, right? Like, I'm just giving my
No,
opinion.
you're right. No,
I don't bet or do props, so I have no idea what I'm talking about. So you probably should just listen to it.
I would listen to you because you run the numbers. Like if this is an Ocean's movie, like if we're like putting together a team and we're like, we need a numbers guy. I'm like, I fucking know one.
Who would you be in an ocean?
I talk with a British accent too, like Bashata, even though I'm American.
Who would you be in the ocean movie, Shannon?
Me?
Yeah.
Who's the old guy with the glasses and the money?
Elliot.
I just want to
Ruben.
dress like
I
him.
know. Yeah, it's Ruben.
Yeah,
right?
I just want to dress like him. I don't know. I haven't given that any thought. Sometimes you spring these questions on me, and I like need time to really ruminate and just.
I'm trying to
let
think
it
what
come to
skill
me.
sets I have to even be part of this, right? Like, and I guess having to own a casino and having the money to fund it all, that probably is that too. So like, I don't know if I can do impersonations well enough to be the other old guy. I don't think I'm a good enough driver to be any of the other two brothers. I can't
You know
pickpocket
what?
well enough to be Linus.
I would probably be one of the drivers.
One of the brothers?
I was about to main character myself and say George Clooney because I like feel like I'm good at bringing people together.
Uh-huh.
But I don't want to do that. I don't want to main.
Why?
You know what? I'm not so much of a detail guy, and like Danny, he like really had the plan. I'm like, yeah. We're supposed to meet Win. So
Where? Vegas,
I feel like
where-
anything with wheels, I'm good. I can drive it.
See, I had you picked as a Brad Pitt character. Like, not.
I do like
I get some
eating a
chips.
lot. That would be the one
Yeah.
thing. I guess he's
I get
actually
some
good at
chips.
bringing people together.
He was,
Like,
yeah.
you know,
Brad Pitt was
Clooney's
actually the
kind of
one
more
that
the
brings
details
brings
because he's the
people
one who
Rusty.
asked. Like he asked. I'm pretty sure Danny asks Rusty, like, "What do we need?" And like Rusty's going through. We need at
Yeah,
least like
That's you, Shannon.
one, and then I can't remember what he says. He says all these random code words for what each
Yeah.
person does. That's cool. I think I guess they're both really detailed oriented, but I guess maybe Rusty's character really is the people person.
Like,
Yeah, I guess that'd be the people.
Characters like laser focused on details. Rusty is like
You teach celebrities how to lose
sees
power.
he sees the whole forest, but he still
Yeah.
sees each individual tree. And plus, I could just see you not scamming, but teaching kids how to play poker and being like, no,
Topher Grace, man.
no, that's not how you do it.
Yeah,
You would totally be the Danny character. You would totally be.
'Cause my favorite character
Rusty.
is Basher Tar. Like I love Don Cheadle in those movies more than that.
Yeah,
I
he's
love Don Cheadle.
I'm also not an explosions munitions expert, so I don't know.
yet.
I know that just still.
I mean, what do you just got to blow stuff up. I figure if you're not an expert, you'll eventually figure it out if you don't accidentally. blow
kill
stuff up.
yourself first. Yeah.
I don't think I'm a good enough tech guy to be Livingston Dell either. I'm definitely not athletic to be the guy doing all the acrobatic stuff. So definitely, I'd trip and fall and set off the alarm. That's definitely not happening. So yeah, I guess I'd have to be Rusty. I can pretend to be a doctor. Sure, there we go.
Wait, was Rusty Matt Damon's character?
No, that's Brad Pitt.
No, he's Brad Pitt. You would have to be Matt Damon's character.
Yeah, but see, I can't pickpocket. Like I can't. Like I don't think I could do that either.
Yet.
All right, I'll be Basher Tar. I'll blow
I think
stuff.
that
I'll blow this whole conversation
you would
up
be
for
that
you.
person that could like pickpocketing's all about distraction. And I think you could be that person that would distract someone.
The
enough
problem
that
is
they would
I would get so into the distraction that I actually forget to steal. That's the thing. Maybe I could clumsily trip over people. That's how I pickpocket them. I steal their stuff by making them drop it and pick it up quickly. Sorry, I'm just really clumsy and knock into a bunch of other stuff. And
Yeah.
man, that guy's really clumsy. He's not malicious at all, though. But man, he's clumsy. Yeah, maybe.
Bull in
I'll
a
do
china
that.
shop, this guy. That's funny.
That is funny.
It
All
can
right.
be really awkward when you're trying to oh sir, gaming commission. You're Frank Cotton. You're not allowed to be here and pretend that he's accusing me of being racist and being all uncomfortable. Sir, I could do all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could totally see
Kyle, to make an explosion, you need two things. Well, you need a few things, but to make a pretty big one, some fertilizer and some diesel fuel. And you're good to go.
that. And he
Didn't used to work at a golf course. I've worked with my fair share of fertilizer.
I was a landscaper for a time. I worked with diesel fuel and
The
fertilizer.
sticky bandit.
You know what? I've never seen Home Alone, any of them.
Yeah, that's fine.
I've seen, of course, outtakes from it, but I've never seen Home Alone, so I don't know who the Sticky Bandit is.
Well,
You know what? Oh my gosh, that's such a good idea.
they are pretty clumsy, and I
What's
think
such a
they've
good idea?
successfully
I
stolen.
can't say it out loud.
Okay.
I can't say it out loud. It's for a future thing.
Probably about my level of criminality. Now, I'm not nearly as smooth as anyone in Ocean's.
Are you afraid that it'll be a mock draft? Is that why you can't say it out loud?
That's exactly why I can't say it out loud.
Does Home Alone count as a sports movie? Because he pranks people for sport, apparently.
GL, will you send all your bets so I can do mine based off that?
Yeah.
You
so
do
you have
not want my bets. just
Why do you have one that you want to share?
I said Kelsey. That's what I'm betting. Kelsey.
Oh, right,
MVP.
Kelsey MVP. Yeah.
I'm betting Kelsey MVP at 1,700 or
Shannon,
2,200.
did you hear about any good ones or see any good ones?
I haven't listened to what I would listen to for my bets yet. So no, I haven't heard any. If I were to bet, I'm going Mahomes MVP.
That's he's
It's
odds
not
on
a good
favorite.
bet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
not
know.
a good bet. Okay.
Is
I
he
don't know.
still
I don't know what
plus
to tell you
odds, though?
guys.
Huh?
Hold
Well-
on. I'm gonna flip a coin to see who's gonna win.
Mahomes, you should do the coin flip. The coin flip that. Like
It's
it
gonna
heads
land.
or tails.
The coin flip. I did think of that too. It's gonna land tails.
Yeah, it's like 53% at lands tails, and it's weighted apparently. You want the best Chris Robin later? What?
What?
Huh? What best?
Well, yeah, it's weighted. It's a coin.
Chris, no, it's okay. Chris Robin.
It's
is doing-
weighted in a way. I get it.
Chris Robin is doing Jesse. This is where you, Jesse. I think Chris Robin is doing a show later on Six Pack that will give you bets. Like, I don't particularly like betting the Super Bowl because I particularly want to watch it
And not think about.
and
yeah.
think about like who I picked. Like, I picked my DFS players for this game like 2 weeks ago or whenever they first came out because I'm like, I don't want to know. I don't want to remember who I picked. I just want to watch the game. I just want to enjoy the game. I just want to see how many times. Is it on CBS? It's on CBS, right?
Yes.
So
I got it on TSN, so I don't even have to care.
is that Tony Romo?
Yeah, it is Tony Romo.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. So I'm going to watch it on mute.
I think he's great.
That's
Way
funny.
better than Troy Aikman.
Okay, that's such a low bar.
That's the lowest bar ever, I know. But yeah, I feel like he's actually
Exactly.
pretty good at this job.
But so
He doesn't like to praise the Chiefs a lot, so you know.
I'm going to be more in the Puppy Bowl. I'm not going to lie. The Puppy Bowl and they have a Kitten Bowl now. Julia,
Apparently, Julia can't wait for the Puppy Bowl either.
Julia, I need you to DM me because I want you to be in a mock draft, and I couldn't remember your Twitter handle to send you an
And I was
invitation to
just
do
as
it.
useless as well. Sorry.
Yeah, Kyle was really just.
If I
And
knew
I-
it, I completely forgot it, and I didn't know where to look, and I kind of.
So-
I'm always useless.
You're never useless. Channel 4. So Channel 4, I think Ramona is CBS for us. So Julia, please do a mock draft with us, and I'm gonna write.
You know what? As much as we're gonna give free advertising to Fantasy Six Pack, I will say Chris Robin is great. I love watching his stuff. There's a point in the season, Gladys, where during our Monday night shows, I was doing so bad at picking against the spreads that I would just watch his show and whatever he said, I would go with, and it actually worked for a few weeks in a row. And like one of the weeks I went against him
Is
after
that
I
kind of
started doing
cheating?
that, I got it wrong. So I was like, okay, whatever Chris says, that's what I'm picking against the spread.
We're
And I
back
did
to
better
it.
at the end of the year doing that. So Chris
I think
Robin
that's-
knows his stuff. He's
I think
a
that's
great.
cheating. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's cheating, Kyle. I
Oh,
think
okay. Well, how did you figure out the spread picks?
I look at stats from when they played before, and
So you researched. This was my research.
oh
Was
yeah.
listening to
Your
Fantasy
research
Six
was
Pack, Chris
cheating.
Robin.
Wait till I tell.
Remember,
Wait till I
you-
tell Dan.
you-
Wait till I tell
Well,
Dan.
you know what?
Let's
You're the
say.
winner. So it didn't matter that I cheated. You still won. So
It always matters if you cheat. What kind
Okay.
of logic is that? Unless you
Fair
get
enough.
because you got caught. If you wouldn't have got caught, it wouldn't have mattered. 'cause
I
wouldn't
still
have
think it's cheating. I think that's just the way I did research. But congrats to you for winning. You did great. But anyway, to
Julia,
speak back to that though, one of the
DMV.
things that you and I both did for our player props was picking pass attempts. And so like Patrick Mahomes at 36.5 pass attempts. I kind of like that over just because this big Super Bowl, it's going to have to be probably all on his own. So, and that was the other thing I was thinking. Does
That's a
Julia
lot.
even have a Twitter account? Because she
Yeah.
might not. So you're going to have to probably DM her in the Going for Two Discord, Gladys, or I can do it if you want.
Okay.
But it's probably
I
easier
don't-
for you to because I won't be on all those mock draft episodes. So you're probably just going to have to
I'm on
eventually DM
Spreaker
her
and
the link
Discord.
at some point.
I
So you may
hate-
as well just go
Oh,
do
I'm
it.
gonna have my info. Can you guys shoot me a message to join the mock? Love Hangout. If I go
Hey Kyle, can we talk about real quick? I don't know if you know this, but recently Magneto died in the comic books,
Okay.
and like last year, a few months back,
I
and
didn't know. So thanks for the strategy.
he's getting resurrected. And Magneto's my favorite
That's why I
character.
wasn't so sad because it seems like every character just gets resurrected or a new version of them comes. I mean, they killed Cyclops off a few years ago, and well, there's a but we brought the original 5 X-Men back forward in time, so there's still a Cyclops. That's
Yeah, yeah.
kind of when I got off after the.
It's gotten
Reset
really
they did
good
in-
post all that.
All right, fair enough.
Jonathan Hickman came back and he kind of like took over and like made it all cohesive and got really, really
To
good.
me, I read a bit of the third version of Uncanny X-Men after Avengers versus X-Men. I didn't think it was as good, but I still enjoyed it. But
Yeah.
yeah, to me, Avengers versus X-Men was kind of where Marvel peaked, and since then they just haven't recaptured what they had before. That.
And people like, and this is again, people don't get it, but like that Avengers versus X-Men, that's another reason. I mean, I've always liked Cyclops. He's always been one of my favorites, but like, I mean, he genuinely brought world peace for a little while.
Yeah, I know that the X-Men get totally villainized in that, and even though it's everything is mostly everything in that book is Tony Stark's fault.
Yeah,
Still just never take responsibility because that's typical Tony Stark, right?
It's so
blames
crazy to
everyone
me,
else.
like,
That's
I understand why people like liking Robert Downey Jr. I get it, but
Oh,
like
Robert
Iron
Downey
Man
Jr.
was
is amazing.
not fucking. He was
Yeah.
not cool ever in the comic books, and the people were like, "Man, Iron Man's the best." I'm like, "You don't know shit about fuck."
yeah. I've never
I don't.
liked.
He
Iron
wasn't
Man.
that cool in the movies. I didn't think. I think he was kind of like, yuck.
Yeah,
He was-
he's
yeah.
kind of a dick.
He was kind of a dick. It's just because Robert Downey Jr. plays the dick
He
so
looks
well.
like a cool
that-
dick.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
made him cool. It's Robert Downey Jr. too. What,
For sure.
Shannon? What dog breed is your favorite?
Oh, I mean, can I say my own dog?
Yeah.
Can I say a Goldador? So it's like half lab, half golden, and he's black. He's my favorite.
That's awesome.
Growing up, I loved Dobermans. I think they look incredible. I love French poodles.
The standard, the big ones, the tall ones.
Yeah, I thought I really liked bull terriers for a while, like the
Uh-huh.
Target dog. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then I met a couple, and I do not like them. They are dinguses. That is a special breed for people that can
Yeah.
have that breed. Some good
There's-
friends of mine, they have a couple, and I'm just like,
There's a guy
No,
who used to
thank
live
you.
around here who had a bull terrier. He was a special dog. They
Yeah.
had Zay Flowers and I can't remember who the other guy on, and I guess it was like for the puppy bowl. So they were asking him like questions, and one of the questions was which dog has a face like a football, and they like went through every dog, and they couldn't figure out what kind of dog it was.
Hey, Arnold.
They were so cute. I like this
Stewie.
is really I like I've always liked German Shepherds. We had them when I was a kid. They've always been my favorite breed. They're very, 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 very chill, except when they don't have to be.
mm-hmm.
Weird Science is one of my favorite movies, like ever. When they make the girl with the bra on his head, it's like,
I've actually never seen it.
oh, it's 80s
My favorite
classic.
Robert Downey Jr. movie is probably Captain America: Civil War.
Oof. Anything that has
Oh, Natural Born Killers. He was pretty good in Natural Born Killers.
Mm.
I've never seen Natural Born Killers. Of course.
Quentin
'cause-
Tarantino, very violent.
Yeah, that's
Woody Harrelson. Woody Harrelson plays a great serial killer.
Dude.
Woody Harrelson plays a great everything. I love Woody
Yeah.
Harrelson.
Yeah, he really
Lovely.
is
Stunning.
good at stuff.
All right, on our way out, and I hate to end this way, but Shannon, what's the worst thing you saw this week?
Oh, same thing as last week. Politics. I'm just so fucking.
It's mine too. The congressman trying to like talking to the TikTok CEO, CFO.
Oh
like,
my gosh, that was.
You
just,
are fucking ridiculous. Please stop, because everyone's gonna think this is how Americans are, how stupid we are. Stop talking. That's all I could think the whole time. He's answered
It's
the question 4 times.
Yeah.
It works because I
it's-
think Americans are stupid. I'm just kidding. You two are amazing.
Hello. Yeah, I mean, it's just like I'm sick of it for so many reasons, and more so, it's just the
It's
ineptitude, and
I-
it's just so bad.
Our 3
They're just so
branches
bad.
are fucked. Our 3 branches are fucked. The legislative, the Supreme Court, the presidential branch. All of them are fucked. They're congressmen praying on the Congress floor. Are you fucking kidding me? That's fucking that. There was Marjorie whatever Taylor can't
Taylor
pronounce the
Greene.
word and died. I don't even know how she got the word dick out of that. I was like looking at the word and I'm like, how in the fuck did you get the word dick out of that? You guys you're so stupid that you need to stop talking. I do not understand
Tropic
like
Thunder.
people who who don't know what they're talking about insist on talking more. Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you? Why? There's no logical explanation for that.
Mhm.
Most important question of the show, Gladys, are you on TikTok?
No, I'm not. I know. TikTok.
Yet.
Yeah, I was gonna put
I'm not an explosion
Jackie on
expert
TikTok too.
yet.
But Jackie doesn't do enough to be on TikTok. He's like kind of just the late. Now Missy could probably be on TikTok, but she'd be like the demon dog on TikTok, and I don't want that on her. I don't want to put that on her. You know.
I do follow an account called Demon Lord, and it's a Sphinx cat, and he's basically doing demon things. And
Oh my God, it's a
pretty
Sphinx cat. That's awesome right there.
it's pretty great. He's called the Dark Lord, and he does some really heinous stuff. And honestly, it's a good watch.
Kyle, what's the worst thing you've seen this week?
See, I don't really have anything in mind for worst things, so I'm going to
Okay.
end with some positive. I'm going to look at some more props, actually. I'm just kind of looking through FanDuel's lines, and Brock Purdy rushing yards is lower than Deebo Samuel, even though Brock Purdy, his carry line is higher. So I kind of want to crisscross it and go with the lower in both. So Brock Purdy at 12.5 rush yards, Deebo Samuel at 2.5 carries. Kind of like both of those. So those would be also good ones to throw in. I feel like Deebo will get some usage on the ground. I think he'll get at least 3 carries, but certainly Brock Purdy, 12.5 rush yards. Another thing we used to do a lot, Gladys, was take quarterback rush yards because they'd be so low. Or quarterback carries.
That is a good one.
Ooh, hello. Blue Pits. Cassie. Cassie making an appearance. Hi, Cass. It's my niece, Cassie. She's wonderful and stupendous, and she used to be a drill sergeant in the Army. And she likes Blue Pits, and I love pit bulls. I
wasn't sure if that was a Robert Downey Jr. movie or a dog, but so thank you for clarifying.
It's a blue pit. They're beautiful. They're like real looking, and their skin in the light is just gorgeous. All right, everyone. Ramon, Jesse, Jamie, Julia, Cassie, Lewis. I love all of you guys. Wow, that's really weird. I love you all. And you guys, thank you for joining. Remember, the show is going to move till. Ah! Yay!
I did it
again.
You did
it! What is it with Shannon?
I don't know how this happens, but I'm a fan.
I don't care how it happens.
Now at the end of the episode, we have to wait an hour and 10 minutes for something to happen weird on Shannon's screen. But
oh, that's funny. Let's see if I can get a thumbs up.
No, come on. Yes!
Okay, so it's prompted. It's prompted. Wow, now we figured it out, everybody.
You, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I've been given a thumbs up.
You are
times on the
you are important.
Do a mind blow. Do a mind blow.
No.
No.
I wonder if it's because I'm using my iPad.
I don't care what it is. I hope you use it during the mock drafts. That's all I want. That's all I care for. That's all I'm here for.
You got to make heart signs and thumbs up the whole episode.
Yeah.
I will, because I typically try to put myself on mute when other persons are making picks, because sometimes I'm so excited about what they pick for them. Like I'm like, oh man, I wish that was mine, but I'm okay that it's not, because this is, whatever. But you know what? I'm going to use that a lot. I'm going to be blowing out hearts and thumbs ups.
All right. So we're moving to Thursday at 3 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 5 p.m. East Coast time, and 2 p.m. West Coast time. I do not know the Hawaii time or the Seattle time. Oh, Seattle might be Pacific too.
Yeah, right with Seattle.
Yeah, I don't know the Hawaii time, but
you don't care about Central time though. That doesn't matter.
No, I do not care about Central time at all.
Or Atlantic or Newfoundland time.
I do care about Newfoundland time.
Okay. Jamie's on Central.
It would be 7:30 Newfoundland. Oh wait, you said 3,
our numbers guy, everybody.
You guys, I so appreciate you joining in the chat. I so appreciate you being here on the Saturday mornings, joining us. Jesse, thank you so much each Saturday. Jamie, thank you so much each Saturday. Ramon, thank you so much each Saturday. Julia, thank you so much each Saturday. Lewis, thank you for sending me things that I didn't know I needed. I love you so much.
Order that garlic press today, Lewis. If you get that in the mail as soon as possible, that'd be great.
Now I'm thinking, do I want a garlic press, or do I want, does it chop it or just squeeze the juice out?
You put it in the juice. You put it in there and you press it, and then it basically pushes all the garlic that you want out of little holes. and then you open it up, and all the peel and everything is there, and you just dump it out.
You don't have to cut garlic yourself.
You don't have to cut garlic
Time
yourself. Time
Yeah.
saver, hand saver in case you're not wearing gloves and doing something with garlic.
He gave me, oh, I love garlic. He gave me knives that I cut garlic with. So I'm okay.
Okay, Lewis, forget the garlic press. That was a bad joke.
I thought it was a good joke.
All right, I will see you guys Monday at 6 p.m. with Courtney, and we will probably be talking Super Bowl. I probably will be talking Max Cosby because we didn't get to talk about him today, and he looked,
And he doesn't own any shirts.
and we don't care.
And
That
we
he
love
doesn't
We
know.
didn't
that about
talk
him.
about it, but we have referenced him a few times.
Yeah, and we
Uh,
love that about him.
Yeah, we love. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
I
We're gonna do a mock
love
of
that he
this.
always gets triple teamed.
We're gonna do a mock of the sexiest athletes, just athletes. Like it can be guy. We did, I think, last year. We did it.
Yeah, we did.
And
I
there
was
was
part
I
of
think
like,
we did, yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
Shannon, you were on there too.
uh,
Because
we're
I
gonna-
took Shannon Burchard as number 1, and I fooled everyone thinking I was taking Shannon.
yeah, we're gonna have to do that again because I'm gonna have to do Max Cosby like in 3 rounds. Like
Shannon Burchard.
I just keep picking them. different
Max
iterations.
Crosby's twin brother,
Max Cosby.
Yeah, yeah.
Maximilian.
Max Cosby, first year Raiders. Max Cosby, now Raiders. Max Cosby, college. Then I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Future Max Crosby, as he's an announcer on TV next to Ryan Clark and Gladys's favorite show, or
Oh,
whatever.
Jesus fucking Christ. That would, I know, right? Like, yeah, fuck that. I would not last. I would not make it through. Jamie is
All right.
Tuesday cheat show. Tuesday cheat this week. So everyone watch Jamie and Tuesday cheat sheet. And again, we love you. We thank you. We appreciate you so very much because I know it's Saturday morning and it's early. And Kyle's doing his own little hearts. And everyone, thank you again. We will see you soon. Have a great weekend. Have a great Super Bowl. Eat lots
Happy
and
Super Bowl, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
trash. Watch
Right.
the Puppy Bowl. Watch the Streaker. It's going to be epic. It's dog
The
streaking.
most important thing is Usher. Let's be for real.
I thought it was
second
Alicia
most.
Keys.
No,